Oh, okay. Thank you for that clarification. Yeah, I have friends who say
Oh, yeah.
Shabbos.
And you're singing.
Yeah,
So
it was so
nice.
powerful and strong and good.
Good.
Soulful.
Just really looking forward to it. It's been, whatever, exhausting season, exhausting week, and I've had this day in my head. Like, I can hear Rachel and Mindy sing.
Yay. And we're saying it's special to get to leave with both of you at the same time.
Stereo.
Stereo rabbis.
Yeah. Hopefully we aren't too distracted.
Yeah.
Hey, Daniel. Shabbat shalom.
Hi. Shabbat shalom. Did you turn your mic on?
I'm not going to wait till right before we sing. I have not forgotten.
So look for what? When Prodigy embarked on one of the members of the couple,
Oh, got it. Sure.
separate you guys off in any way?
I didn't catch all of that.
We're going to do the Ufruf not at the beginning, but after, between
got
the
it.
Chadodi and Baruch.
Okay, thank you.
Because they're running a little late.
It'd be
Okay.
fun to do this though as a game of telephone.
Yeah. All right, this is a Hine Mato direct from Miami. It's from it was written for the Miami Boys Choir like decades ago.
Page 10. Ooh, that's loud.
Hine Mato Humanayim Shevelachim Gam Yachad. Is this familiar? Should I go through? Okay, ready? Hine Matov Umanayim. Ready? Hine Matov Umanayim. And then Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. From the beginning. Hine Matov Umanayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov. Are you ready? Hine Matov. Then Now here's my favorite part. The words are oi, oi, oi. So it's like,
Do the Shabbat.
hang on.
Okay.
Hine Matov. Oi, 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 Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Shevet Achim ve'achiyot Gam Yachad. Back at the beginning. Hine Matov Umanayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
Shabbat Shalom. Moadim L'Simcha. Chag Sukkot Sameach. Welcome to Shir Tikva. Oh, we're quiet. Not for long. No, not with Rachel and Mindy. Not with Rachel and Mindy at the helm, my friends. We will not be quiet for long. Is there anyone who's here for the very first time? First time at Shir Tikva? Yay, welcome.
All right, welcome.
Welcome to town, or welcome to Shir Tikva? Welcome to Shir Tikva. I'm so glad you're here. Is there anyone who's here in the small Shir Tikva for the first time? Sometimes after high holidays, people are like, we've been to the big Shir Tikva. Your first time here in this little sanctuary? Welcome, welcome. So glad to have you here. And is there anyone who's here for the first time in a while? And I'm sorry, I have my back to a few people. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. On Sukkot, welcome back. On Sukkot, we welcome ushpizin. We welcome guests, which is to say each of us in the sukkah is a guest. And each of us has the opportunity to welcome each other in, recognizing that we've been on a long journey. We've been on a long journey, my friends. And every Shabbat we come together and it's a little different. And my experience in the high holidays this year was that we, from the very start, said, we're making sanctuary together, right? We're building this space because we need it. And this Shabbat, I find myself nearly without words, feeling like we're entering into a time that I don't yet understand, but that some things are shifting, and I feel very attentive, and I feel very aware of the need for sanctuary. To come and say, okay, let's settle, connect, and pray. Pray for peace, pray for release, pray for return home, and pray for healing, because for 2 long years, we have been given example after example that it's not possible to go home, that the only option is violence. And I pray as we move into this Shabbat and through this Shabbat into the next week, that we see example after example of people coming home. And that we throw our full energy and love. It's 6:33 and I'm crying. I know. You know, we're doing great. But I just hope that we throw all of our energy into opening space for home, for sanctuary, for supporting and resourcing and that healing. It's going to be a long road, no matter what. But we're in this Shabbat, which is a new Shabbat. The only one that's ever been just like this. And I'm so grateful we're here together. A few things about Shir Tikva. Make a lot of noise. Even and especially if you don't know the melodies yet. When we're led in prayer by Rachel and Mindy, it is very likely that you will hear so many beautiful melodies that are bespoke, that were written by Rachel, that were written by Mindy, or some combination of the two. And I just feel so grateful for the musical languages of our community, for the tapestry of our songs. So you can feel intimidated if you want to, but then move through your intimidation to a place of singing, because that is the place from which we pray. How's that? And more than anything, I just hope that, especially for those of you who are here for the first time or who are returning, that you have a sense of finding your own space for sanctuary, your own space for rest, to do the avodah, the work that is ours to do, not the work of the week, but this precious, precious being, this service of Shabbat. Okay? Very nice. So I would love to invite anyone who is in need of distinguishing, oh, that was last week. We're entering a new week. We're entering Shabbat. Anyone who would like a little bit of dagesh, emphasis on that movement from last week into what is coming, to please help us light candles. Does that make sense? Anyone who's yep, I'm ready to close that book. Thank you. Please join us on the bima. And friends at home, on Zoom and on YouTube, just know you are kindling with us. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת. So let us continue in song on page 12.
Lechu
Neranena Ladonai Nariha Litsurishenu Nekadma Fanav V'todah turn together to page 19.
This is the prayer that one says when one is seeing lightning, or it is also the prayer for combustion, that the voice of Adonai kindles flames of fire. Kol Adonai chotzev lavodesh, Kol Adonai chotzev lavodesh, Kol Adonai chotzev lavodesh, Kol Adonai chotzev lavodesh, Adonai oz lamo yitein, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom, Adonai oz lamo yitein, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom, Kol Adonai chotzev lavodesh, 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 Kol Adonai chotzev lavodesh.
Let's turn together to our colorful sheets as we sing Ana Bechoach, number 1.
Ana bekoach gedulat yedicha, tatir zerura, tatir zerura, kabel rinas, rinatamcha, sagveinu, tahareinu, nohora.
turn together to page 20 and sing Lecha Dodi. When we come to the 9th verse, you're invited to rise, to root, to come out onto 50th Street and welcome Shabbat, sing a love song to our neighborhood, to the plains overhead, and just to hasten to bring peace and rest and balance a little closer.
Good Shabbos, everyone.
Yay. Good Shabbos.
You all, we have a very sweet opportunity for a mid-service bracha. I'd like to invite up Dan and Kendrick to the bima.
Yay.
Dan, Kendrick, I just have the total lovely opportunity of blessing you guys on your ufruf on this Shabbos before your wedding. So first things first, I want you to look around this room of humans. I hope you feel and I hope you know that as you all are formalizing this bond between each other, that you all are not in this alone. You're surrounded by love and community. The all-time great Mario Lemieux once said, "Every day is a great day for hockey." Dan and Kendrick, as you walk into your wedding and as you walk into marriage, I want to bless you that every day is a great day for your relationship. Not that it's necessarily a fun day or a good day, but truly a great day. Supported by the bond that you have created over these last many years, supported by your love and care for each other, and finally, supported by your hockey community, your Jewish community. All of the people who are here and will be here to support you over the many years to come. Huge mazal tov to you all. Simon tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simon tov, simon tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simon tov, simon tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simon tov. Yehelanu, 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 Ulecho Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulecho Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulecho Yisrael.
Goal.
We do not merit at this moment to have many young children around, so for anyone who is feeling young at heart and or hungry for some gummy, please
And get
come
on
up
the
and give
floor.
Dan and Kendrick a hand.
Go, Jim.
Wait, this is hilarious. Yes, Jim. We can ask everyone to rise.
As others are grabbing candy, we'll sing our way into our evening service. You can find Baruch Hu on page 28. Feel free to rise or root. Yeah. We'll turn together to page 30, where we bless a God who brings darkness into this world. I invite folks to take just a moment to look out the windows of this space or whatever space you're in to notice the darkness outside and the shape of the light, its color, its shadow in our space. Taking a big breath in and out.
ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני המרי ורבים.
On page 32, we give thanks to a God who brings love into this world. I'd like to invite you to call into your mind someone who you have really loved in this life. Taking a big breath in and out.
כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו והם נגי יומם ולילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
I'll invite folks to root or rise on page 34.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
You may be seated. We'll turn to page 37.
Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gates. They are reminders to do all my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Adonai
We'll join together on page 40.
Adonai,
On page 42, we're going to sing for peace, safety, and protection. As I've been thinking about this moment in the service, I've been thinking about a kavanah that Claude and Laurel gave during the high holidays, that exercise of breathing out all the way and then breathing a little bit more and a little bit more. Feels a little bit like what we've been doing over the course of these last 2 years. We have been praying for peace, and we've been praying for peace some more, and we've been praying for peace some more until it feels like we have run up against our limit, and then we have done it again. We're in the exhale beyond the exhale at this moment. I'm not sure about you, but I am exhausted. And I feel tremendously supported by this room full of voices. Let's see what it feels like to pray in this moment, to pray for the possibility that this peace will last. We'll join together on page 42. And root on page 44. Reuvenei Yisrael et Shabbat Lasot et Shabbat Ledorotam Berit Olam V'Shamaru Reuvenei Yisrael et Shabbat La'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Oti leolam, oti leolam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamin asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. We'll turn to page 46, staying risen or rooted. As we make our way into the Amidah, into quiet prayer, we'll begin together in song.
Say shalom bimroma, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, Amen.
happens when I read the chords from right to left.
We'll take a moment to pray for those in our community and in our life who are in need of healing. I'd like to invite folks, in just a moment, we'll take a breath in, and as you're exhaling, feel free to say the names of anyone that you're praying for today, anyone who's on your heart. And after our breath together, we'll sing the second song on your blue sheet, a prayer for healing. Let's take a breath in together and out.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Moadim l'simcha. So I have an honor to get to teach some Sukkot Torah tonight. And so I want to begin by offering inspiration. My inspiration got taken from one single pasuk in Shemot, in the book of Exodus, that describes Sukkot. So it says, V'chag ha'asaf b'tzeit hashana be'asafta et hamasecha min hasadeh. Sukkot is the feast of ingathering at the end of the year, when you gather in the results of your work, literally the results of your work from the field. Seems pretty straightforward, right? Sukkot is a harvest holiday after all. But we can also read this pasuk with our ears attuned to our high holiday time, when we learn Elul is the month where the king is in the field, the Sadeh. We learn that God comes onto the field and we are all wandering on this field together. And so we could read with this vantage point that Sukkot comes right after the high holidays to give us the space to gather in the results of our big work over the high holidays. As we draw near then to the end of Sukkot, we are opening to this possibility of integration or of deepening what we've learned, what has come clear, or perhaps what has fallen into lack of clarity, because that too is teaching. So I want to offer us a little space for that consideration, for what it would mean for us to gather in the impact of these last days of awe, these last days of tshuva. What are the gleanings from this season of sacred service and cheshbon nefesh, of accounting for our own souls, for our own lives, that we want to gather in this moment? For me, I've been sitting in the weeks leading up to the high holidays and in these days since with this question that I brought to you in Yom Kippur about da'at. This question of how is it that we bridge towards each other, that we give each other a trust, even and especially in moments of profound shake and uncertainty. How do we continue to practice extending to one another interest, commitment, accountability, curiosity, the staying in the trouble with one another, even when we find each other troublesome? So imagine my delight when I found a piece of Chassidut. I found a piece of Hasidic teaching from Ze'ev Wolf of Zhitomir, who's a student of the Maggid of Mezrich, the Or HaMeir, who taught a little teaching on Da'at. So I wanted to bring that for us to chew on together. Maybe I'm the only one who's been thinking about Da'at for months. But come along on this journey with me, because after all, Sukkot is the time when we gather in the results of our work from the year. So here's what Or HaMeir taught. And this is the purpose of shaking the lulav. Has anyone ever wondered why we shake the lulav? Yeah.
It's cool.
Because it's cool. It is. This is the purpose of shaking the lulav in the 6 directions. He teaches, in order to connect the central da'at, our mindfulness, to the chokhmah on all planes, so to be able to travel into wisdom and understanding according to one's perceptive capacity. So this is really real Chassidut, so it's going to get a little weird for a second, but come with me. I will be there with you. I'll be baffled with you. So we're in this, we shake the lulav in 6 directions in order to connect our awareness and our attention to recognize that God is capable of dressing in holy midot from the first day of creation until the end of all generations. And there have never been 2 days alike, or 2 hours, or 2 minutes, for every moment is about change in order that perception involves novelty, that it's new. So I want to just jump in and say, Octavia Butler knows this. God is change, right? This is Torah that has been taught through the generations. This idea that actually the lulav and etrog, first teaching, he offers 2. First teaching, shaking the lulav in all of our directions, to the north and the south and the east and the west and up and down, allows us to come aware of the fact of change. Attention to the fact that the moment we think we've got it, it comes apart. And that is da'at, right? That is the connective tissue of da'at, to say, okay, I'm not holding to this idea of what I know, but instead I'm releasing into this totally immersive becoming, undoing, collapsing, reforming. There have never been 2 days alike, or 2 hours, or 2 minutes. But here we go. And this is the purpose as well. You love it when there are 2 reasons. To incorporate the da'at, which becomes known to us on Rosh Hashanah, into service and action. For as long as one remains within our own contemplative state, in that sense of place of awareness, of the nowness, of the changing, of the wonder of the immediacy of the now, this is the place from which it's easy to serve God. And he says this is not the case with typical physical actions, eating and drinking, physical things, temporal things. And this is why we immediately take up the lulav and etrog immediately after Yom Kippur and embark upon 7 days of building. To make a tikkun, he says, for the 7 days of building of creation, and to lift up their division the way it was when the world was created, that the tohu vavohu-ness, this which was truly in the moment, always collapsing and reforming, it got separated, right? Light and dark, the waters above and below, everything got separated. And so we, on Sukkot, do tikkun for that act of creation, which was all about distinctions and separation and spheres. And we lean into our human obligation to seek unification. So if the work of the creation of the world was built on division and distinction, the action of the lulav to face every direction and bless, of placing a literal symbol. You've probably heard this teaching. The lulav is our spine and our eyes and our lips and our heart, by placing these precious parts of us that allow us to perceive and to express and to create in our hands and stretch beyond where we are to where we might go. In every direction and above and below, to extend beyond what we think is possible and to bridge into the world. This is a tikkun on all of the divisions that keep the world in being established, yeah? And so for me, this idea that actually we have a whole week where we get to practice extending ourselves outside of what we think is possible, to extend ourselves beyond what we know and live in this ephemeral sukkah that changes every day because it's built of organic matter, and especially because we live in Minnesota, where things are changing every day. It's from this place that we integrate our work on the high holidays, which was grand, bombastic at moments, and very deep. And in the sukkah, we come to a place where we ground in to our da'at, to our dynamic capacity to move from where we are to where you are, to where you are, to find each other there in the movement. And so I wanted to ask, just for a moment, for us to just check in. Where have you noticed a shift in yourself? Between the introspection of Yom Kippur, which was but a week ago, my friends. 8 whole days. Yes. Oh, good. I'm glad it's not just me. And this energy of Sukkot. And what new awareness or da'at are you bringing into this time? This isn't going to be a microphone passing. You don't have to share like, I know. But instead to just come, because we don't have many places, most of us, to sit and just ground in there. But I guess I just want to offer a blessing to us with these days remaining, precious days of Sukkot, as we move towards Simchat Torah. And on the other side of Simchat Torah, we will enter the month of Cheshvan, of no holidays at all. Usually Joey's face is like, we love a holiday with no, or a month with no holidays. But I want to bless us in this time to really make space in these next precious days to practice da'at, to tend it, extend it, and share it with one another, and to be extremely gentle with yourself and with the people around you when that isn't possible. Because after all, we live in the world of divisions and distinctions. But to come to a place where we become practitioners of that way of being together, paying attention to the way that there has never been a moment like this one, and may we attend to it and make it holy. Good Shabbos to you. What a gift to get to be in Shabbos and to anticipate Cheshvan. But before that, Simchat Torah. Gosh, thank you. Okay. We get to bless each other. We'll bless using the words of our blue sheets. Birkat Kehila. Hamalach hagoel oti, Hamalach hagoel oti mikol era, yevarech Vishem avotai, Vishem avotai, Avraham veYitzchak, veYitgul harov, veYitgul harov, bekerev haaretz. Yasimchem Elohim kesara, kerivka, kerachel ucheleya, כפריים וכי מנשה, יברכך אדוני וישמרך, יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה, יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. יללי, 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 יללי. May we embody wonder to become bridges, connecting knowledge with understanding, empathy, and openness. May we learn to stay in it with each other while keeping healthy boundaries. May we see change as novelty rather than threat. May we always find the capacity to extend ourselves beyond what we thought was possible. May our reaching out forge new connections. May we seek unity without erasing ourselves. May we remember this moment, for we will never be here again. May we all stretch out and form new connections. May we see the thresholds and be the bridges moving in da'at as we go. May we leap towards change with open arms. May we value the painful beauty of impermanence for the rest of Sukkot, this week of spiritual aftercare. May we integrate our learnings from the past weeks. May we continue to be blessed knowing we are connected despite differing time zones and the vastness of oceans. May there be peace in Gaza. May we breathe through the anger, name the hurt, and make our ask. May we remember that we and who we're engaged with are basically water. May we rest in addition to stretching and reaching. May we continue to be practitioners of paying attention. Ken yehi ratzon yalalai, yalalai, yalo, yalalai, 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 lo. Yasher koach, makom minyan. I want to, if you'll indulge me, 1 minute of meta commentary in thanks to you, community. I don't know how many generations of rabbis, God willing, many, didn't have to teach Torah that they didn't understand because they were living in times that they sort of recognized. I think we had generations of stasis sprinkled there, but we are teaching Torah right now that we don't actually totally understand. Because we are living in times that we don't totally understand. And I want to just thank you for being a community that is inside of this, trying to figure it out together. And I want to honor, first of all, Beth Zemsky, who is going to be embarrassed that I'm saying her name. She is on Zoom. Who has really been my teacher, one of my primary teachers of what it means to adapt and to bridge. And so much of what I've learned from her is inside of how I understand da'at. And so I'm just very grateful for that profound teacher in community. But I also just want to thank you for being a space where we get to wrestle. I think that's really, at least for me right now, that wrestling feels so real. And I just feel so grateful for the chance to find it together. Find it and fall and find it again. Okay. And with that, let's turn together to page 284 and rise as we begin to conclude our service. V'hashevot,
Alecha, Ki Adonai, Hu Elohim, V'hashevota Ki Havaya Hi Elohim Ne'eman V'haya Adonai Lemelech Al Kol Haaretz Vayom Hahu Vayom Hahu Yeh Adonai Echad U'Shemo U'Shemo U'Shemo
You may be seated on page. We've come time to say Kadisha Tom, and before that, I want to pause and ask us please to sing Ose Shalom in a way of opening space to hold all of those over 60,000 people who have been killed in Gaza, over 1,200 people who were killed on October 7th, those who have been killed in the West Bank and in the region, just recognizing the tremendous impact of these last 2 years. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, amen. It's the tradition in our community to share stories about the people that we're remembering. I'm going to invite you to share a sentence or two about your loved ones so we can remember them with you. And if I come to the end of our community's list and I have not said the names of your loved one, please raise your hand. And Rabbi Joey will come to you with the microphone. We're in Shloshim. We're in the first 30 days since the death of Tony Gilchrist, mother of Dan, mother-in-law of Suzanne McCurdy, and grandmother of Zev, Daniel Fendler, brother of Jackie, and Marv William Shedlove, father of Daniel Friedman Shedlove. And we observe the yard sites of Carl Anschel, father of Ray, John Edward Aviram, father of Peter, Jonathan Beninoff, brother of Jay, Jerome Evans, stepfather of Debbie Klein, Laura Everman, grandmother of Fiona Hensley,
October is quite a month of yard sites in my family. I have 3 grandmas with yard sites, 1 grandpa, and a mom. I know 3 is more grandmas than most people have, but I'm lucky. So my grandma Laura was the matriarch of my father's side of the family, and she was very kind.
Valerie Fisher, mother-in-law of Leo Rodriguez, Dick Fitzgerald, beloved member of Shir Tikva, Israel Frolich, great-grandfather of Sarah Glassman, Francine Glenning, mother of Matthew Broberg, Sarah Goldsmith, mother of Richard Neistat, Sidney Greenspan, grandfather of Rana Rochelle, Max Krause, father of Judy, Isabel Levinson, cousin of Linda Alter Capel.
I'll just say really briefly that Isabel was a cousin from Minneapolis who visited us in Washington, D.C., where I grew up. She was one of the few relatives who made the trip multiple times, like 5 or 6 times. I'm also here to share this yurt site with my cousin Gail. She and I went through a lot together with cousin Isabel.
Yeah, our cousin made some decisions that were very difficult for us to handle, but when she was homeless, my husband and I took her in for 7 months. And when she passed, Linda and I scattered ashes on her parents' grave. And it just was very difficult for us to get close to her. She kept her distance, and even though we tried, it just was a very difficult journey. But we are here to say your side for her.
Jeff McCauley, father of Elizabeth. Rabbi Joey Reed, is it okay?
So sorry, I'm missing a hand.
I've been thinking a lot about the first anniversary of my dad's death, and I can't remember a lot about him, which is upsetting 1 year. But what I am thankful for is that I feel like he gave me a last gift, and that's that it finally made me embrace my Judaism, and it made me fall into this community that has shown me so much love and support, especially when I was here all of a week when that happened. And I'm so thankful to you all for that.
Susan Munzer, beloved member of Shir Tikva. Gary Nolting, beloved member of Shir Tikva, husband of Alyssa Montner, and father of Annie and Maggie. Susan Norden, wife of Jim and beloved member of Shir Tikva.
This is Susan's 10th yard site. It seems like just yesterday and also a long time since she's been with us. We were together for 44 years and worked hard to maintain a wonderful relationship, and I still miss her.
Alice Rothman, mother of Alex. Peggy Schorsch, grandmother of Brandon. Miranda Lynn Singler, dear friend of Sarah Knautz. Alan Spear, former state senator, beloved member of Shir Tikva, and dear friend of Phyllis Kahn. Anita Stern, mother of Mike Stern. Bert Straight, father of Barry. Oh. Is there some?
All right, my wife's insisting I say something, so I am your classic Jewish mama's boy. I love my mother, Anita Stern, and glad she's being remembered.
Arthur Weisberg, father of Freddie and Luke Weisberg, and grandfather of Sam and Asher. Dr. Ray Weisberg, father of Dr. Mark Weisberg, and Nikki Zarefsky, mother of Beth Young. And I wonder, are you remembering other people tonight whose names you'd like to share?
It's my Pop's yard site, some of the Jewish side of my family. And gosh, I haven't decided what I want to say. He was an incredible storyteller and community builder. And he always knew a guy. Like if you were like, oh, I lost my glasses at the shore. I lost my glasses. He would be like, don't go to just any place. I know a guy. And we would go to the place, and the guy would be like, oh, you're Yossi's grandkid? Come on in the back room, and I won't charge you. And so he's like, how do you know all these people? But yeah, his name was Yossi. Joseph Linsk, but if anybody called asking for Joseph, it's like, you're a bill collector, because he's Yossi. So it's been 6 years. It's weird.
My uncle Miles died a year ago. He was the kindest, most loving, most effusively boisterous human I think I knew. And I don't think he ever met a person who he didn't consider a friend. I don't know.
Hi, I'm remembering my cousin Bobby Wayne. She was my mom's first cousin and probably best friend, and the example of their friendship just means the world to me. And she was a single mom, and my father always used to call her son his son, and we were just really close. And when I came to Chicago to go to college, I used to come up to Minneapolis for Thanksgiving with them. And she was my age when she died, and she died right before my niece, who just died, was born. And I think this is the first time I've actually talked about her on her yard site. So, thank you.
Thank you. Pointed. MJ, you were raising your hand. Difficult.
My mother, Jackie Gilbert's yard site was really like 3 weeks ago, but not only was I not here, but I was so caught up in the Amim that I didn't really have time to process it. Yes. And the thing that I've noticed over the course of this year is the number of times when something would happen in my life and I would call my mom and have a disappointing conversation with her, and how much I missed those disappointing conversations. And I think the thing I'm holding now is that they weren't disappointing to her. And that's
So the yard site of my grandfather, Saturno Massey, the husband of my grandma Flo, who passed away recently, was, 24 years ago now. It's absolutely bonkers. But yeah, he was married to Grandma Flo for a very long time. He was a very brave man. She was not for the faint of heart. So quite the family tradition to live up to.
I didn't know them personally, but I want to bring into the space Ellis Perez, a friend of, amongst others, Della, who's a member here, who passed, I think, 2 or 3 days ago now. I watched them perform poetry a number of years ago, and it still really sticks with me.
I'll invite us please to rise and offer Kadisha Tov on page 294. You may be seated. There's really very little here for you.
That's okay. I'll improvise.
You'll improvise.
Hi, everybody. I'm Julie Jacobs. Shabbat Shalom.
Hi, Julie.
Thank you for being with us tonight. It's a joy to be together. At the end of services, please return your prayer books to the usher table, and please separate your blue song sheets. Mazel tov to Kendra Cronin and Dang Hogue on their upcoming wedding. Thank you to all of those who made tonight possible: Rabbis Ariel and Joey, Rachel Lipkin, Mindy Benowitz, Gordon, Sam, the Macomb Minion, me, and Lori Sweet. Thank you to our Shomerette, Rondi, Adkin, and Security for your steady presence. I also want to say that I really appreciate that our rabbis say we don't know it all and are willing to wrestle, because not everybody, not all rabbis do that. So thank you. I also want to announce that Monday night is Simchat Torah, and it is like nothing you've ever experienced if you've not been here for that. I also want to say that this coming up a week from Sunday is the Jewish Mental Health Conference. It's the 25th anniversary, and it's very interesting. I've been involved with it for 17 years. Find all of our Shir Tikva programming updates in our weekly e-news and on our website. Next week's Shabbat service will be a mask-required service. If this isn't the best fit for you, please join us on Zoom. I think that's not correct. A reminder that your community is here to support you, so please reach out to the Shir Tikva, to the rabbis if you encounter a life change so they can activate the Shir Tikva network of support, or SHNAZ.
Great job. That was like free jazz, Julie. So good.
Just one other quick announcement. We have a lot of adult ed classes that are going to be starting in the next couple weeks. If you want Judaism 101, if you want to nerd out with Talmud, if you want to ground yourself in Jewish spiritual practices such as... Actually, Mahjong is full.
I know, Mahjong is full. Yeah, oh, sorry, Joey.
Or Mahjong in future iterations. We would love to learn with you. Come and find me after the service. I can tell you all. I can talk at great lengths about the learning that's happening here.
And learn with my friend Munir, who's going to be teaching on Sundays. I talked about him in my Devar. He's teaching about Jerusalem and citizenship. Sign up for that class.
Wow.
Shall we bless?
Let's do it.
Yeah. I'm wondering, would you guys help us bless wine and challah? You can find the blessing on page 5. Of holding that glass up. 3, 2, 1. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu V'Shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'ma'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziah nitzrayim ki banu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta im kol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
L'chaim.
Before we bless challah, we have a sukkah, and we are in a holiday of Sukkot. And the night air is nice tonight, so please come outside and join us for some oneg and some schmoozing in the sukkah right after the service. We'll bless together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz
Our closing song is on page 62, line 4 it starts.
So with the theme of opening our hearts, kind of playing on the Devar we just heard. Petach libi. Petach libi. B'toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha tirdof nafshi. Petach libi. B'toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha tirdof nafshi. Open my heart to live your Torah, that I may do your mitzvot. Open my heart to be your Torah, bringing goodness and peace for all I b'toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha tirdof nafshi b'tach libi b'toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha tirdof nafshi. Open my heart. Open my heart to live your Torah, so I may do your mitzvot. Open my heart to be your Torah, bring goodness and peace for all on earth. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbos Moedim L'Simcha. Thank you so much to Rachel and to Mindy. Hope to see you in the sukkah, in the Oneg Hall, and if it would be easier to not use stairs, you're invited to go out Gerard and come around the block down to the sukkah. I look forward to seeing you there. Good night.